Hello, I got tagged by Mark from Mark Brim Photo to cook a steak to raise awareness of men's mental health issues. Now it's a cause I believe in, so I'm going to do a steak for you. Now you're supposed to do this steak outside. I think that was the whole idea of it. However, one of the biggest causes of stress and anxiety in men is financial stress. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to cook inside my kitchen, and I'm going to show you how to cook a steak for a family. One steak feeds one family. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so first let me show you the steak. This is from Morrison's. They've got a special deal on, 2 for £7. Now this is a sirloin steak. Normally I would use a rump steak for this, but the sirloin was actually cheaper than the rump, so I got the sirloin instead. Now what I'm looking for in the steak, like normally you would go for quite a bit of marbling, but for this method I need as little marbling as possible. So that's what I'm busy looking for. So what I've done here is I've put it on a tray with a little bit of oil, and I'm going to season it with black pepper, salt and garlic powder. So there's granulated garlic powder. So that's the steak seasoned, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that to a side and let it rest and come up to room temperature. And while that's doing that, I'm going to prepare my vegetables. So that's my vegetables. I'm going to be using 2 carrots. I'm going to use half of this pack of trimmed beans. I'm going to use half of this pack of Monge 2. I'm going to use one of these pak choys, and then tomorrow we'll use the other half of each of these to make another stir fry. And I've got half a packet of mushrooms here left over from the other day when I fed my family with 2 slices of bacon. So what I'm going to do with these green beans is I'm going to cut them up into smaller bits, and then I'm going to blanch them and then put them aside. So I'm just going to take the ends off here, both sides. And then we're just going to cut them up into smaller bits. Like that. Now we'll blanch these down. And now onto the carrots. Just going to take the ends off and peel them. Get rid of the peel. Now what we're going to do is we're going to peel these into strips like this. So do a couple first, that gives us a flat edge, makes it easier. So that's all the carrot. I'm just going to put that into a bowl and save it for later. And with the pak choi, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the leaf bit, this bit here, from the stem. That's because the leaf will take less cooking time than the stem. And then we just slice up the pak choi into slices like that. So with the Monge 2, I'm just going to slice them in half like that. And then that's them done. So next I'm going to do a little bit of ginger and 2 cloves of garlic. So that's all the veg prepared. That's the leaf part of the pak choi. We've got the stem underneath the mushrooms here that are sliced. The green beans have been blanched. The Monge 2 is being cut in half, and you saw me prepare the carrots before. That's my garlic and ginger. For the sauce, we're going to put 2 tablespoons of soy sauce in. Doesn't have to be exactly accurate. 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Okay, I've got enough in this jar, just yay. I've got another jar in the fridge just in case. And then Worcester sauce, we'll put 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of Worcester sauce, and a tablespoon of hoisin sauce. As I said, you can use an extra tablespoon of oyster sauce if you haven't got the hoisin. You don't need to go out and buy it specially. Just give that a stir. That's the sauce done. Put that aside. My steak's up to room temperature now. Now this steak doesn't have a lot of fat on it, so I've put just a tiny little bit of oil in the bottom there of the pan. I'm going to hold it with some tongs. I'm going to put it fat side down. Now I scored the fat earlier on, I didn't mention it before, but we're going to hold it like that to let the fat render into the pan, and that's what we're going to try and cook the steak in, the fat that's on it. Okay, we've rendered that fat down. I have to put the fan on now. About 2 minutes on each side to begin with, and then from there you can tell how far you want to do it. So after the initial 2 minutes, you turn the steak, and now you've got to keep checking it to make sure you get it to the, I'd say I want it medium rare, you see, so I want it kind of like rare to medium rare. So from with that finger, so touch there, and when the steak matches the consistency of touching that with that finger, that's when it's time to take it off the heat. That's rare at the moment. So that's the steak cooked. We're just going to leave that to rest on the board, and we're going to now cook the vegetables. So as you can see, I've still got half a packet of Monch 2, another pak choy, and half a packet of the green beans, which I'll use for a stir fry tomorrow. So I've cooked the noodles, cooked the veg. Now we're going to add the sauce. Stick the sauce over the top of the noodles like that. And then mix it all in. That's the veg and noodles done. You add the pak choy leaf in at the same time that you add the noodles and sauce. Okay, now to deal with the steak. So first of all, we're going to trim off the fat. We don't need the fat. Now we're going to slice it very, very thinly. See the rare going on to medium rare, you see. I mean, obviously you can cook the steak to the consistency that you like, but in my family we like it rare. And then once this is sliced into very thin slices, we'll add it to the noodles and vegetables, and the juices that are coming off the steak, we'll add that to the noodles as well. So you want to make this thin slice so that everyone gets a bit of steak, you see. If you do it too thick, then you won't all get a bit of steak, will you? So there we go, that's the steak cooked. So that's the final dish: noodles, stir-fried veg and steak. And there's even some left over for tomorrow's lunch. So that's how you feed a family with a single stick. So I reckon, because I'm using the same ingredients twice, because I'm not using all the ingredients that I bought, but even considering all the ingredients I bought, what was it, like say about £3, £4 in vegetables, and then £3.50 for the steak. Obviously 2 steaks for £7, 1 steak goes in the freezer for another time. So say £4 for the vegetables, but I'm not using all of those vegetables, that's 2 meals, so that's down to £2 plus the £3.50, so that's £5.50 to feed a family. Not bad, eh? So I'll put some links below about men's mental health in Northumberland, and don't be afraid to talk about it. We all suffer from anxiety and stress now and again, and sometimes it's nice to talk to somebody about it. I mean, the reason I go hiking is to reduce the amount of stress and anxiety in my life. It's a good way of doing mindfulness. So catch you on the next one, and don't forget to check the links out below, and don't forget it's alright to talk about mental health issues. I very nearly forgot who I was going to tag. You don't get away with it that easy. So my tags is Doug, and I'll put a link below to his channel. I think he produces really good videos for this kind of stuff. I would like to tag Jason, but I know he's got a baby on the way, so I'm not sure if he's going to have time, but if he does have time, Jason, you're tagged. If you don't have time, don't worry about it. Alan Metalman, is about time you learn to cook properly. So Alan Metalman is my third tag. And just in case Jason can't do it, then I'll tag Blamoff, Nick. So either one of you is fine, as long as one of you do it. So catch you on the next one. Not bad for no lessons.